Lynn, and you're with me for a Saturday episode of Coffee Talk Live, number 571. It's March the 14th, 2026, 7 p.m. Central Time, and we're going to see if we can get through the Get Home Bag notes that Uncle Al, Died Bullfrog 79, Mr. Alan Sato, had sent me. I've got about 9 pages of notes that I want to get through today. Some of them that I had started last night, and I'd like to start over with the beginning and then go through each of the items. And it comes out to about 9 pages. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time for people to come in, and then I will shift into what I'm going to be covering. KP Heathen, how are you doing, sir? And Alan Sato, Die Bullfrog 79, how's it going? Good evening, gentlemen. And I will be getting to your goodie box that you sent me, Uncle Al. And I apologize, I have not done that yet, but I will be getting to it this coming week. I'll be off from work on spring break, and I promise to do a nice review video of it. And I will anticipate a retaliatory package going your direction sometimes in the foreseeable future. Jerry Cabrera, Mr. 22, how's it going? Five in the house and 3 likes. Please leave a like to support the channel if you have not done so. It will be greatly appreciated. 4 in the house, 4 likes. Three folks have identified themselves. Somebody is lurking. Might be my friend Dave in Georgia. Yoda may be incognito. Summer Sun, Julie Ann West. Thank you for coming in. I know it's very late where you are at, and I appreciate the support. Have you been doing any new content? I have went by your channel, and I didn't find anything new that I could, didn't want to go back and re-comment, and I can't leave extra likes when I've already left a like and on something. I could probably watch it again and comment. I don't know how much help that would give you. Hello, Dave. Yoda's Blessed Life. I went to go look at something you had sent me, and you had sent me 2. And I looked at the first one you sent me, and I'd already completely viewed it and liked it and commented on it and stamped it with the timestamp. So I guess I've got one that you had just done in the last day or two that I need to view, and I will get to that. I will certainly go over and view that. Mr. Jack Stacks, 64. If you have not been perusing his content. I encourage you to go over, make friendship, and have at it because he puts out some really good content. I'm trying to view every short he makes, and I may be behind a little bit. I don't know. I haven't been over there today. I think yesterday I went in and looked at a few, and I tend to binge watch. I'll watch 4 or 5 in a row and leave likes and comments. The Ravenous One, how's it going? We got into a little bit of a back and forth on comments uh, about eBay. What in the world? I have purchased stuff on eBay, and then I had mentioned that I've also in the past, not very much, but I purchased a few things off Alibaba, which is Chinese. Um, it's sort of their equivalent of Amazon. Not recently, but I have purchased some stuff solar related from Alibaba in the past. Mr. Whistle, thank you for coming in. It's been a while since I've seen you. I hope you are doing well, young man. That's good. You take it easy. Sounds wonderful. Hydrometer. Miss Anne Marie Angel. How are you doing? I was over for a little while today watching her make a wonderful puzzle, which seemed like it seemed like it was going to be one that was going to take some time, a lot of contrast in it. It's gonna got a good start on it. I enjoy those puzzles. 6 watching, 10 likes. Kyle. How's it going, Mr. Kyle? Why, thank you for like number 10. My Linda Elliott, how you doing? I'd like to see if I can get through this, and this is very good stuff that y'all really will benefit from hearing. So I'd like to get into the get home bag. Now, I will tell you this. Um, I don't necessarily agree 100% with Uncle Al's pricing, what he quotes prices at. I'm sure he's trying to say, you get the least expensive stuff you can find, you shop for it, and and you get, you get a better. Well, of course, you get a better deal shopping. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't necessarily think that $50 is going to get everything that you need for a get home bag, especially the way prices are these days. You can very easily spend $25 on the bag itself, and that's not an expensive bag. So there's half your cost right there, you know. But I say this with respect. And Susanna Morrison. But I'm going to faithfully um, give you what Uncle Al sent me in his notes that he sent me, and I truly appreciate, respectfully, I appreciate everything he does for me and everything he sends me. So I'm just telling you that price wise, I'm thinking prices may be a little bit off. It would be great if you can put together a bag for $50, but so anyway, let's go ahead and go into it. The $50 get home bag. What military trained SCRE personnel actually keep in their car, office, or school. 2026 guide. Cousin Dumas owes Uncle Al for this lesson $20. Reality check. You don't need a bug out bag. Almost everyone will eventually need to get home on foot. These are not the same problem, and the gear is not the same solution. Today, Uncle Al is going to go through every single item in a $50 bag built for one specific mission, getting from wherever you are back to your front door. When the normal way home stops working, price after each item running total throughout. Here is what actually goes in it. Item number one, uh, change of clothes, including uh, broken in hiking shoes or boots. This is the item that Cousin Dumas or YouTube preppers cut out from Fanny list, and the one that matters the most. If you're at work and something goes wrong, you are wearing dress shoes, dress pants, or a uniform that was not designed for a 5-mile walk on hot concrete. Hello, Nicole. How you doing? Let me shift for a minute. Want to make sure I greet everybody. Blisters from within 45 minutes in the wrong footwear become debilitated within 2 hours. Keep one set of clothes sealed in your trunk, separated from the get home bag, ready for a quick change. Worn in hiking shoes or boots, athletic shoes or sneakers, long pants or jeans, not camo, a long sleeve, moisture wicking shirt. Uncle Al wears polo or t shirts. Long sleeves and moisture wicking looks cool and offers protection from bugs and sunburn. And a light jacket. Note, This depends on the season. The jacket covers both wind and rain. Cold is your enemy. And then I will point out right now it's up in the 80s during the day. At night, it's down in the 40s. So if you were in a situation where you get caught out after dark, it's going to be a lot cooler, and it's not going to be good if you do not have some sort of appropriate jacket to help keep you warm. Might not need it during the day, but you'll certainly need it at night, especially with this transitional weather we're having. The failure to include this has stopped more people. So number one reason for the turning back or die on the side of the road from exposure than any missing piece of gear ever has. That's item number one. Item number two. So item number one is a change of clothes with the jacket and some walking shoes. Item number two, a folding knife with a 4-inch blade. A simple, inexpensive folding knife earns its place in a get-home bag where an expensive fixed or a fixed blade would not. Because this bag lives in your car in a public parking lot garage. And the folding mechanism makes it legal and concealable in every American jurisdiction except for blue areas. I won't get into the blue area situation. Welcome back. A simple 4-inch folding blade, sharpened, will handle every practical task. Cutting a seatbelt after an accident, processing food, and cutting cordage. The only requirement is a liner lock or frame lock mechanism. These are the two locking designs, liner lock or frame lock, that will not collapse under lateral pressure. Avoid assisted opening knives with springs. Springs break under repeated use. Solid lock mechanisms do not. Okay, so item number two. Number one is the change of clothes, the shoes, and a jacket. Item number two is a 4-inch blade knife, folding knife. Item number three, 50 feet of type 3 paracord or 75 feet of fishing net line. Hello, Verna. Vase place in the house. Normally, 50 feet handles every practical scenario a get home situation creates. Lashing a shelter if forced to stop overnight, creating a perimeter tripwire, fashioning improvised tourniquet, or hoisting food off the ground at a rest stop. The 7 inner strands separate for fishing lines and repair for clothing. Type 3 paracord holds 550 pounds and weighs under 3 ounces. Nothing else in this build covers as many functions per dollar. Item number 4, emergency mylar bivouac bag. A get home scenario that requires an overnight stop. Stop became of injury, storm weather, or an inability to safely continue moving after dark. Requires one piece of shelter equipment. The Mylar bivouac bag, or Mylar bivy, is the correct choice over a tarp or blanket for one specific reason. It reflects 90% of radiated body heat back to the user passively. You do not have to actively manage it. You get in, seal it, and it does the work regardless of your physical or mental state. The emergency bivy weighs under 3 ounces and packs to the size of a deck of cards. The bivy bag works when you are too exhausted or injured to do anything correctly. That is the argument. Uncle Al explained to his students at the dojo they watch too much television and YouTube and freaking out over current events. Item 5, hollow fiber carbon filter, water filter straw. Filter straw. Fact, you cannot carry 5 gallons of water for a full day walk. You can carry the ability to make water from any clean source you can find, not pool water or golf course ponds. You die. Toxic chemicals. A hollow fiber carbon filter straw removes parasites, bacteria, and protozoan from any freshwater source. Not viruses. Use water purification tablets. Life straw filters. 100,000 gallons of water before replacement. Second part of drinking water is a single collapsible silicone water pouch or bottle at $2. Add collection capacity to the filter system. The combined weight under 4 ounces. The combined cost $17. The most common mistake in car get home bags is storing bottled water. Water that expires, leaks, freezes, cooks in summer heat, and explodes. It runs out and you forget to replace it. The filter does not expire, does not run out. Carry the tool, not the product that the tool creates. Item number 6, headlamp with 2 spare AA batteries. Moving after dark and SHTF without a hand-free light source is how injuries happen. See Cousin Dumas. Every task that matters needs 2 hands. In a get-home scenario, navigating unfamiliar terrain, treating injuries, reading a map, setting up shelter requires 2 hands. A flashlight removes 1 hand every task permanently. Well, that gets me through what I had put down for yesterday. Now I'm on what I put down for today. The AA batteries specification applies here for the same reason it applies to every other emergency kit. AA cell batteries are the widely available power source in any world environment. Try that with USB. Keep 2 spare batteries taped to the headband in a small Ziploc bag under 2 ounces of added weight. Not rocket science, but make sure all small and loose items are in a quart Ziploc bag. Item number 7, eat and go foods. High calories, compact. 6 peanut butter single serving packets and 1 small bag of hard candy. Peanut butter packets deliver 100 calories per ounce. And you can get the 1 ounce, the stuff that they put in the MREs, the stuff that they're putting in the new humanitarian rations, most of the stuff that go into any of the meal packet types. 1 ounce of peanut butter. It can be the creamy, it can be the chunky, it can be like chocolate peanut butter. 1 ounce servings. You can get them aftermarket, pack of 20. You can get, they come in all the various MREs, such. A lot of them come with jelly as well. I like peanut butter and jelly myself. Uh, well, I'm going through Uncle Al's list, Verna. So 100 calories per ounce, among the highest calorie density on any um, shelf stable food. Then hard candy delivers immediate glucose. When decision making begins to degrade under physical exertion, together they provide approximately 1,200 calories, which covers the caloric demands of a full day of walking at a moderate pace. Deleuze Disaster 4808. Welcome. They weigh under 12 ounces combined. The target is not comfort, the target is maintaining physical output and cognitive function for the duration of the walk home. Item 8, laminated local map in a base plate compass. $6, running total around $50. Every electronic navigation tool has 2 failure points: no signal, low battery, loss of service. Paper and compass have none of that. Old school. The base plate compass costs $4 to $6. Um, I don't know what you're getting, Melinda. I would tell you, order a case of humanitarian rations on Amazon. If you've got Prime, you can get it delivered for $32 to $35. Um, there will be peanut butter and jelly in each of them, with crackers, Pop Tarts, cookies, a couple of non or vegetarian mains or retort pouches. Yeah, and then you get some of them. They'll put jellies in them. They don't put, and then some of them they're not putting peanut butter, but they're putting alternates. They're putting alternates. Um, they'll put something that's not peanut related. Works without high tech, without satellite signals, without batteries, and without service that can be jammed, hacked, disrupted, or depleted. It's always good to have a state map. And if you, depend on where you live, if you live in a pretty good sized city or pretty good size area. A county map, if you have a county map, it basically has a uh, pretty good description of what's in your area. A laminated map of your local area, your home, your workplace, and every route between them costs a couple of dollars to print and laminate at a copy shop or school office. Um, might be more than a couple of dollars. Might be more than a couple of dollars. Always works and lasts forever in a glove box, compartment, and get home bag. The critical scenario that most of Uncle Al's students fail to understand, like this morning. Walmart, HEB, they carry the peanut butter packets. You can get a box of 1 ounce packets. We don't have a Publix where I'm at, and I don't think Aldi carries the 1 ounce packets. At least the one that I have here. Hello, Rocket. How you doing? Thanks for coming. One afternoon or evening of map practice before you need it is worth more than any GPS device you can buy. Item 9, Ziploc bag. $130 in small bills and roll of quarters stored in a waterproof plastic bag. I just rolled these quarters. I get lots of change. $10 roll of quarters. I just rolled those. I roll a lot of change. Just got this one new. Open it up because I need a quarter wrapper. In the first 24 to 48 hours of any disruption requiring you to get home on foot, partial infrastructure still functions. Mass transit buses and trains. Stores and gas stations can provide food, water, and information, but only in exchange for physical currencies. Card readers fail when power is unstable. Digital payment becomes unreliable or unavailable exactly when demand peaks. $130 in tens, fives, ones, and a roll of quarters weigh almost nothing, light and easy. Solves problems no piece of survival gear and most YouTube bug out bags can solve. Item 10, laminated personal information card. One wallet-sized laminated card containing the following: 3 emergency contacts, number with homes or with names, number with names, your home address written out in full, your blood type, any critical medications, allergic reactions, and the address of a secondary rally point if your home is inaccessible or destroyed. Important. Under acute physical stress, memory degrades. Addresses and phone numbers known for years, become temporarily inaccessible under adrenaline load. This card costs nothing to make, takes 5 minutes to create, has reunited separated families and documented disasters wherever digital records was gone. If you were injured and unable to communicate, this card is the difference between someone knowing what to do and someone guessing. Item number 11, basic trauma supplies. One military tourniquet, one pressure bandage. They have what's called an Israeli pressure bandage. Israeli pressure bandage. One pressure bandage. Two pairs of nitrile gloves in a Ziploc bag. If you already have a vehicle first aid kit, put these three items on top of the get home bag, where they can be reached in under 10 seconds. The reason, if they sit separate from the full first aid kit, is access time. A tourniquet applied in the first 3 minutes of a severe bleeding injury is the difference between an outcome and a statistic. Everything else in the first aid kit can wait. These three cannot. A tourniquet applied in the first 3 minutes of a severe bleeding injury is the difference between an outcome and a statistic. Everything else in the first aid kit can wait. These three cannot. If you do not own them, combined cost of any pharmacy is around, oh, I got that. Oops. Huh. All right, let's go back here. $15. So the combined cost would be around $15. Your get home bag total cost around $50. Fully loaded weight under 10 pounds, light enough to carry on your back for a full day without the bag adding to your fatigue. The bag that gets you home is not the heaviest one. It is the one you actually built, not buy. I am going to do. I need to. I need to update my bag, and I'm going to do a video, and I will show the items that are in it as opposed to just talking about it. And I will go through the prices which I pay or I paid for the items, including the bag. And the other thing is, I don't always buy the cheapest thing. I buy what I think I want. Money wise, I spend a little bit more money and I get what I feel like is a little bit more quality or durability, or just, sometimes I buy generic and sometimes I buy name brand. And it just depends on what I'm, looking for. But there are things that you can buy very inexpensively, and then there are things you pay a little bit more for. You know, I can buy over at Walmart. I can buy a 12 pack of little box matches Each box has 32 strike matches in it for like a buck, 99 cents. It hasn't gone up. Whereas if you get um, matches like these, you're going to pay several dollars for one box of these. I bought a bunch of stuff. I used to get stuff when it go on sale or they go on clearance. So I got these for about a buck. Right now, I'd have to look them up, but these would probably be $6 or $7 for this alone. But I got them on sale, and I got a bunch of them. When I find stuff cheap, I buy it. I buy stuff I find cheap, I buy it. It just depends. It depends. So we are 41 minutes into the live stream. I don't look at updates on a lot of stuff. Like YouTube apparently put out some updates on what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, things that you can say and things you can't say. You know, things that they find derogatory. A lot of times when you get into politics, they don't like you talking about politics that they don't agree with. And you can get in trouble by mentioning things that are very popular to say or that are very 90% of the population agree with, but YouTube doesn't. You know? So they censor. They will, if they feel like you're doing something they don't want, they'll give you a strike, you know, or they'll put you on probation. I hear people telling me about they've been put on probation or they got a strike or they got to watch themselves for a period of time. Uncle Al had something happen to him a while back. He was talking about they didn't like something he did. And I felt for him. They put you on like for 90 days or something other. I haven't had that happen. I have had stuff taken down, usually because I use a music that they provide that apparently they haven't updated their list. It's something like when you do like a 60-second short or you do a little short and they provide music that you can use with your short, which I usually do. And sometimes, for whatever reason, one of the songs that I choose to use, which they've provided, somebody has said you can't use that anymore. And therefore, they wind up partially blocking it or blocking it where I can't release my short. So then I've got to go back to the trouble to find a different, you know, I've got to find another song or whatever to use. It's aggravating. It's really aggravating, especially when you start thinking about, you know, a little channel like mine that has limited numbers, has limited views, and then their computer generated algorithm is just scouring to try to find something that it can ban or that it, you know, can spank you or slap your hand for. Mike Crusher Reviews. Hello, Mike. I need to go in and, you know, I keep saying it. I need to make a note. Mike Crusher's video. How you doing? But I'm planning on doing a video of menu number 5, chicken chunks. Gary's interested in seeing that one. My friend from UK. We joke about chickens. He wants me to get to the chicken chunk menu number 5, military MRE menu number 5. I'm going to do that over spring break. I'll be off for the next week. I'm going to do a video unboxing from my mail call from Uncle Al. Then, of course, I've got to retaliate. I'm still 23 short. I'm still 23 short of reaching my next milestone, and which will generate or trigger a giveaway. I've been at 23 for a couple of weeks now, just hadn't picked up any new, and I haven't been reaching out. I've had friends tell me, reach out to this person and tell them I sent you, and they'll, you'll pick up a new friend. And I haven't done it. I've got several I could do that with, and I just haven't done it. And I guess the content I've been putting out is not the type that I'm picking up new friends for. I have not been getting near as many views as I was getting. They're down. I'm getting about the same number of views on my live streams that I've been getting. The one that I did yesterday, what did I have? I had 63 views and 25 likes. I had 186 chats on that one. And then, yeah, Google and the AIs, I understand. And tonight, I'm at 18 or 19. 13 in the house. And I figure it'll be about the same as it was last night. I'll probably peak out at about 20 likes, probably around 50, 60 views. It is what it is. If it's 17 people come in and identify themselves, I do appreciate all the support that I get. And I apologize if I have not been giving as much support. I did trim the beard. I was looking a little bit Billy Goatish, so I trimmed it. And get more view. Why change the topic? Well, if I change my format, but then I'd also have to I don't have time to do a lot. People who don't work, like when I'm off, I can put 7 or 8 hours a day into YouTube, creating, commenting, viewing. I don't respond to a lot of the stuff that comments that are left to me, and I apologize for that. Sometimes I just go in and I just hit the little heart, I don't. I've been trying to do more, but I don't answer all my comments sometimes, and I don't get near the views and comments that I used to. When my channel was growing at the tune of about 100 a month, I was getting a lot more views. I was getting a lot more comments. Like I said, I could put out a video, and the first day it'd have over 100 views. Second day it'd have over 200 views. Third day it'd have over 300 views. And then probably the fourth day it'd start slowing down. And I'd probably have about 150 comments that I would need to respond to. You know, that's a lot of comments. And then I'm, putting out shorts and other things, and you got to comment, respond to all that stuff. This just don't have the time, and I apologize. Talk about something different. Well, a lot of times, Julianne, I talk about stuff that Uncle Al will send me notes on stuff that we talk about doing. So I just did 9 pages of handwritten notes that he had texted me, and it took me a couple hours to write all this stuff down, and it took him some time to send it. And it's a good topic, you know. I could be talking about things that could probably get me in trouble right now. Um, the algorithm doesn't like you talking about the negative stuff that's happening, and I'm oftentimes being told watch it or be careful or whatever. Um, Hobbies, what's been doing before it came on. YouTube tends to be my hobby. Uh, Prepping is my hobby. I read. I read. I watch stuff. I pay for, I pay for Hulu. I pay for Netflix. I have Prime, so I get their TV. Um, I pay for several different streaming services. I don't watch them. My wife does. My kid does. You know, I pay for her internet. She's got an apartment where she lives with her husband up in Fort Worth. We have T-Mobile. I pay for her internet, so I pay for mine. We've got 2 boxes. She's got one. I got one. It goes on my bill. Her phone service. It's part of my plan. Um, yeah, I hear you. I know you want more views and such. It's like, okay, I'm monetized. I was telling people that YouTube owes me right now a check. They haven't sent it to me or they haven't paid me because I haven't finalized. I've got to provide them with something else. Apparently, I haven't provided them, and I haven't bothered to look to see what it is. So they owe me $106. Now that's since I've been monetized, and I've been monetized for going on 2 years now, and they finally got to the point where they owed me $100. You think I'm at work? I make what, $400 a day teaching. I get my retirement. You know, so do you think I'm worried about the pittance that I get from YouTube? I don't. If I was desperate for money, I'd be doing super chats. I'd be letting people, and I'd be telling people to send me super chats, which I don't. I don't accept super chats. I'm not set up for it. I don't accept donations. I don't sell memberships. I don't charge for memberships. I don't have memberships. You're watching me, you're a member. You leave me likes and comments, you're a member. Officially, no. I'm not officially a member of yours. We're friends. If you're my friend, I'm your friend. You know what that means. I'm trying to avoid that other word that YouTube screws with you when you use. You know, it's sad that we have to worry about particular what we say. We're not saying anything illegal. We're not saying anything that's morally wrong. But you have to live in fear of the algorithm or of the, you know. And I don't pay for YouTube. I don't have the premium or whatever that keep asking me if I want to try a 30-day free trial, and no, I don't. You know, maybe they would treat me better if I did. I don't know. I don't know. There are other um, I don't do MySpace. Well, that MySpace I don't think is no longer. It's now called Facebook or Meta or whatever they call themselves. I don't do that. I don't do Twitter. I don't do Instagram. I don't do LinkedIn or LinkedIn or whatever you want to call it. I don't have any of that stuff. My only social media is, YouTube. I've had the same Gmail account for over 20 years. I have a personal Gmail account. I have a work email account. I text. I can text. I don't do FaceTime or face calls or whatever you call. I don't do any of that. Once in a while, I have to do a Zoom meeting at work, but I don't do. I don't do this. Nope, I don't. I'm old school. I haven't been subscribing to magazines the way I used to. Some of the stuff that I used to subscribe to has gone to the left, and I don't like it, so I don't do it. You know, Time Magazine, Newsweek, Life. I used to get the Rolling Stone. I used to get Spin. I don't. All that crap is the left and woke, and I'm not into that. I used to take 3 newspapers: Wall Street Journal, Corpus Christi Caller when I lived in Corpus, the Caller Times. I used to take um, the one in San Antonio. I forget the name of it. It's been 20 years, you know. But I don't do any of that. I used to get the Friday, Saturday, Sunday edition of the Wall Street Journal delivered. You know, I live in Victoria, Texas, and I don't really take the Victoria Advocate because I don't care for a lot of the stuff that they put in it. It doesn't have that much. It doesn't have much carne asada in it. It's a cheap little. They don't put that much in it. And then a lot of the stuff that they put, I don't agree with the politics of it. Yeah, I used to like National Geographic. Yeah, I used to like going to Mexico. The only country outside the United States that I've ever been to is Mexico. I used to love going down to Mexico. It's a lot safer back in the days. I wouldn't go down there now. If I was to be going down there, I would want to have a security detail with me that knew what they were doing. You know, no. And I'm fairly well to do, but I'm not sufficiently well to do that I can afford to have a full time security detail. You know, um, you have a lot more money than you know what I make. That's why you need to be your own security detail. You need to know how to use a firearm. You need to have some concealable. I would not. It's legal where I'm at. I can legally wear a firearm on my side and show it, or I can conceal it. I would prefer to conceal it because I don't want them to know what I have. It's that bad, Enrique, especially if you're a white guy. I would probably have the cartel want to kidnap me. Anyway, um, yeah. Good night, summer sun. So, that being said, I talked about a get home bag tonight and the items that would go in it. And Uncle Al gave me some very good notes with very good content. I completely support what he said to put in it. I'm just telling you that price wise, the price is going to be a little bit different than what he quoted in a $50 get home bag. It's going to be more than that. That being said, thank you, Uncle Al. I appreciate you. I will plan on being back tomorrow for another edition of Coffee Talk. And I will try to put out some more content and I will try to get my videos out. I owe myself and I owe y'all menu number 5, chicken chunks, US MRE menu number 5, show you what's in there. You know, I got a case that's about 3 years old that I'm going through right now, first 12 menus, up to number 5. And I will try to get to Uncle Al's box that he sent me. Then, of course, they've got to retaliate, but I'll try to do a video of that. I may put out a news video. If you'd like to qualify for my next drawing, my next giveaway, when I get 23 more friends, I'll hit that milestone and I'll do it. It'll trigger another giveaway. Please leave be a friend. Leave a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I will have released. Each of the last 5 videos I will have released when I hit that number. And I give out good stuff. And you just look at one of my previous giveaways and you'll see the type of stuff I put in it. It's usually what you call preparedness related. That being said, I appreciate y'all. When I get up in the morning, I thank God for the day. I say the Lord's Prayer, take my medication, drink my coffee, get cleaned up, showered, get cleaned up, put on my clothes, and go about my business. Remember the Scout motto, the preparedness motto is be prepared. Be prepared. And everybody, please have a blessed day. Stay safe. I appreciate your support. Thank you for coming in. This was a nice one. I enjoyed it. Put in a little over an hour. Hopefully, I'll be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time, for another edition. And we'll see y'all later. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Enjoyed it. Bye.